With blood and rage of crimson red, ripped from a corpse so freshly dead, together with our hellish hate, we'll burn you all. That is your fate.
This is Red Lantern Russell from
Tomes of Evil,
and you're listening to Sector 2814, a Green Lantern podcast.
Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend D.G. Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luke of Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
No evil shall escape my sight.
that those who worship evil's might.
beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, the master of the core.
I am Will. Hey, everyone.
See, look at him. Look how happy he is. Why is that? So, let's see, what are we doing tonight? Green Lantern 70, Guy Gardner Warrior 38 and 39, the final issue of Darkstars. Oh, hey, okay, I see where this glee's coming from.
Well, Darkstars it got better at the end.
Yes.
It really did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A little bit better. Not that this is the last we'll see of the Darkstars.
Nope.
Although,
But it's the last until Grant Morrison's,
wrong.
run on Green Lantern, where they actually are, kind of major players, basically, right? Unless I'm missing something. No, sorry, I take that back. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, completely robotic Darkstars, are a villain in the end of that book, I think. I haven't read it yet. No,
we're gonna see more Darkstars next week, Will, when they show up in Cal's book.
Oh,
yeah. Although it's all written by Ron Mars, so
yeah,
and it's Cal's book, so
yeah.
All right, so what have you been up to, Will? Oh, hey.
Oh, reading comics, writing, all that fun stuff.
I was going to say, I keep forgetting to ask you, have you been watching Peacemaker at all?
No, we're going to finish Book of Boba Fett, I think, and then we may dive into Peacemaker. I've seen, like the opening credits. I'm like, okay, this is going to be nuts. So,
you know what? The first episode or two, I was like, oh, what is this? But then once you get to episode 3, they kind of lay out what it's going to be, like what the mission is going to be and stuff. It's like, okay, I get it.
Gotcha.
And Friday night we talked to one of the actresses from the show. Yeah, she was really nice.
No.
I timed it just right too. I didn't even realize it, but it's like because episode 6 was last week, and like we talked to her like the day after she had like a big part in episode 6. I was like, yes,
perfect
timing, perfect. Yes,
you meant to do that.
Oh yeah,
totally meant to do that.
Yeah. I mean the view count on YouTube for our interview going up. I'm like, yes.
Nice. Very nice.
Oh yeah.
What else you been reading, watching, and doing?
Well, like you, Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett. A lot of the stuff. I mean, the streaming stuff is still on, but all the like shows on regular TV, I guess, are off for the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Boba Fett's tomorrow. Then Peacemaker's Thursday. I think Discovery's coming back soon, isn't it? Where's my app?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it comes back.
Let's see. Upcoming. Oh, yeah. According to my app, if it's right, Discovery's coming back Thursday, so 2 days from now.
Well, that's perfect timing then. Awesome.
Yeah, season 4, episode 8. Yes. And then there's a little show premiering in at the end of March, Moon Knight.
Who? Huh?
Oh.
Sorry, Ray. Yeah, of course I know who Moon Knight is.
You heard it.
It looks pretty awesome, too.
You heard his soul.
What the F?
And then And then his other favorites hitting movie theaters at the beginning of March.
I love Batman.
That's true.
And, Batman and Moon Knight in March.
It's a Caped Crusader month.
That's right. Okay, I have to make a confession here.
Uh-huh.
The other night, while I was talking to my son Luca, who's 8, he's going to be turning 9 at the beginning of March. I'm trying to get him more.
Awesome.
He's read a few comics. I'm trying to get him more in the comics. So maybe if you have some suggestions, but I know he's big into NFL football. So, okay, child services, don't come to my house. I showed him like
NFL Super Pro.
I showed him some covers to NFL Super Pro, and I was like, "Would you read this if I found any of these issues?" He's like, "Yeah, probably." I was like, "Oh no, what have I done?"
It's a gateway drug. It's just a gateway drug that he'll move past.
I guess like Transformers for me. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm just like, oh my god, who am I?
Does he like? What cartoons? What shows?
Like he
likes Transformers. IDW has Transformers series.
Yeah, well, that was more me, but no, I mean, he'll watch the Marvel movies and stuff with me. So I mean, that's kind of how I hook him. Sometimes, I mean, he likes Miles Morales, so I've been trying to get him to read more Miles Morales. Yeah. That I know he read a few like Venom and Carnage things when Venom 2 came out.
There's not much Quasar on the Marvel app, and there's not much like Silver Age Green Lantern stuff. Because I don't know that he's 9. I don't know that I would start him out like on the Rebirth stuff, just because it is a tad darker. And
yeah, I was gonna say if I can get him to read Quasar, I have all the floppies. So
yeah,
but no, okay, yeah, I was gonna say what. You're in the biz. What do you recommend?
If you can get like the Batman animated series stuff, those were really good, or even like the Superman animated series.
Yeah.
Does he like the X-Men? Because I know there was an X-Men animated comic that was out too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he might read some of that. Yeah, because he was watching the animated series for a while, a couple months ago.
Oh, wasn't there like a Spider-Man animated style, like a Marvel?
They've done it. I think I tried to get him like he read a few issues of that. They've done a few times, like in all ages, like Spider-Man book. Yeah. Yeah,
something that has kind of a lower panel count.
Yeah,
maybe not as wordy as the previous writer on the series. Focus more on the art with really clean storytelling, just so that it's an easier type read, and then gradually can move into he'll be reading Mouse before you know it.
Yes. So good suggestions. So I was trying to like track down some and see if I could like find some back issues of NFL Super Pro. Maybe I'll just go to like Midtown Comics or something. But because I looked at eBay first, and like there's people who had like most of the series, but there was one guy, he had like the whole series, which is like was 12 issues, and then there was like 2 specials, kind of like annuals, but they were like there was like a Super Bowl special and then some other special. So like so 12 regular issues and 2 specials, so 14 issues in all. How much do you think this guy wanted for his complete run of NFL Super Pro? 14 issues.
Well, they were cover priced like $1 probably.
Yeah, because it was 91. So yeah.
Yeah. So ideally, you would think around $15-20, but I'm betting because this is eBay and because this is now $50.
$124.
Oh my god.
I'm like, really? I'm like, you are neat.
Yeah. That's insane.
I you know what? I sent an offer for like $30, got rejected. I was like, all right, moving on. I'm like, again, you're a married man. I'm like, my wife would kill me for buying, unless it's like, golden or silver, first appearance of Spider-Man, first appearance of Hal Jordan, it's, spending $124 on 14 comics. And again, not
going to go over well.
NFL Super Pro, $124 for NFL Super. I would kick my own ass for that.
Yeah, exactly. Because what are they? Do they rate above cover price in the?
I don't know. I mean, I was thinking about this morning. I'm like, I'm taking a shower before work. I'm like, how the hell? I'm still like fixated. I'm like, $124 for NFL Super Pro. I was like, how do you justify that? But maybe is it like the rarity of it? Maybe because I don't think they've reprinted that or anything.
But it's been $1. It's been a 50-cent bin quarter box.
I know, true.
Comic for decades at this point.
But I just wonder if people have just like thrown them out and stuff. So is it just that they're rare or something? I don't know. Watch, I'll look at Midtown's website and watch. They'll be like $1 an issue.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, and they have like a 50% off sale going on now too. So there you go.
Again, eBay. I think sometimes they just like try to get people who don't know what stuff's worth. And
NFL Super Pro. Yeah, I think I have the first issue of that somewhere around the house.
And then of course, it's like I said, from 1991. So who guest starred in the first issue?
Does he shoot webs?
Yes. Yes.
Miles Morales.
That was before Miles. That was before Bendis.
I know. A very long time ago.
I mean, unless more appear and they're not on the cover. Yeah, the only covers I saw that had guests, I think Spider-Man was in the first one, and then what was it, around issue 8 or something? Captain America's on the cover. So, America football.
America.
Oh my god, that is the funniest thing because like when the Moon Knight trailer appeared, they did it like I think they did it during halftime on one of the Monday Night Football games. So I mean, I don't know if it's because he's all the way in Australia, but Ray and a bunch of the people from his show were like live streaming the game, and like I'm like NFL's gonna come get you, but no, they were like broadcasting live. So like I was just in the chat room saying, I was like, can Ray explain American football? It was so funny because I listened back. He was like, yeah, they have a playbook, right? They run certain plays, right?
Yeah, it's not like what is it, rugby or soccer? Sorry, football to the rest of the world.
Yeah, no.
So what else we got going on this week? Good comics coming up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, Jeffrey Thorne's doing it's the Slingers. Seems like the 90s are selling because seems like they keep bringing back more and more 90s stuff.
We've lived long enough now for the 90s to be cool.
I know. Can you imagine 90s are like retro now?
Yeah, I know. They were just like last year, right?
Seems like it. Doesn't it seem like that to you? It's like, oh yeah, 90s were like 5-10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's like 30.
I don't know how my kids are as old as they are, but the 90s was only 5 or 10 years ago.
I know. I can imagine. I mean, my kids probably be bigger than me, just like your kids are. So
giants.
But yeah, no. I wish Conan was back. I mean, I want to get his statement on Tom Brady retiring. 22 years. We've kind of seemed to have forgotten that conversation about head injuries. I don't know.
What? Huh?
I know, exactly. All right, so should we get to these issues?
Let's do it.
All right, what do you want to do first? I know we're probably saving Green Lantern for last, so do you want to do the 2 Guy Gardners, or do you want to do the last Darkstars issue?
Doesn't matter to me. What do you think?
Should we get Guy Gardner out of the way?
Let's get Guy Gardner out of the way. That sounds good to me.
That's the only one with 2 issues. The other 2 are only 1 issue apiece. Okay. The first one, Guy Gardner Warrior, Volume 1, number 38 from January 1996. Did you notice the title of this one? Seduction of the Not So Innocent.
I had forgotten that, yes.
Frederick Wortham spinning in his grave. Writer Bo Smith. Pencilers Mark Campos and Tom Greinberg. Inkers Dan Davis. Colors Lee Lothridge. And letterer Albert de Guzman. And surprisingly, no one wrote a synopsis for this issue. So
I am shocked.
Hold on, let me see if I can find. Even if I find the solicitor or whatever. No. All right. So.
All right. Here, let me give this a try. Here we go. Guy returns, find out he's been hulked out too long and has to revert. Aricia, Varana, is that her name? Varana and Tiger Man go after the Earthworm Jim. Earthworm. And rescued the hostage, rescued the people that he took, and put him on ice after a fight. And Martika comes in, has cast a spell on Guy, because guys apparently do whatever she wants them to do. And the end.
I think that was more coherent than the issue. Good job. So it was the 90s. So we sold this. The front cover has cleavage on it. So yes, it is the 90s.
It is the 90s again.
Again. No, the first time.
Yeah, this was kind of a nice change of pace for all of the absolutely cram-packed from the front cover to the back cover battle issues that we've had over the last that many months.
I mean, do you think that's kind of meta commentary when he like powers down and it's like, man, you're just like exhausted and dehydrated, and it's like, well, yeah, I've been hopping from crossover to crossover for the last 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, this wasn't what we have come to see as a typical Guy Gardner issue.
Yeah, I mean, the art is still very 90s, but I mean, again, I'm reading this digitally, but does it seem like the art's a little less muddy than it's been in, like, especially like Way of the Warrior?
Yeah, and I think the colors were not as dark too. It seemed to be a little bit brighter. So,
well, I think we might have like a different art.
But we've got 2 mysteries that they brought up. One is, how did Aricia heal so fast? Yes. 2, what was the second mystery? I don't remember. Was it something to do with Verana? No.
Is it just that Martika?
Martika, maybe. Yeah, that may have been what I was thinking of.
Like entrancing Guy, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
With his brand new haircut.
He got a new haircut. Want me to bring the bowl? No.
No. He's not worshiping God, General Glory anymore. That's
right. He's Guy Gardner, warrior.
I mean, as Guy Gardner's go, this wasn't bad. I mean, but it's like kind of like, it's kind of like a bridging issue. It's like, we're going to slow down for 2 seconds. And, it's been crossover after crossover.
And just jam-packed with action continually.
I mean, we pretty much...
so many characters that, I didn't even, like, why are they fighting? Who's fighting? Well, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, like those characters like Tiger Man and the other ones who came from like that jungle, like have we ever really fleshed them out, really?
No, we're starting to get a little bit more of them now, I think.
Yeah. Well, again, it's like, we went from Way of the Warrior to Underworld Unleashed. So yeah, we've been hopping for a while.
Before that was 0 Hour. And an annual that takes place in 2 seconds.
And then, like, what was that, 29, when he opens the barn, we literally have, like, every character in the DC universe crammed in there.
Show up, yeah.
Although, are we expecting too much depth from a Guy Gardner issue, especially from this era?
I don't know. Maybe. But we still have our expectations, right?
True. Yes. Yes. Of course.
Well, and this issue, if I can subtly move us along,
yes, sir,
is not the only quiet issue, because the next issue,
is
a quiet issue as well. That was really subtle, wasn't it?
Hey, anytime you want to move on, you tell me you want to move on. I mean, especially if it's a Guy Gardner or something, I understand. Well, don't worry. You mean you have more important things to do than Guy Gardner? I mean, I get it. I mean, sometimes some of these issues, I'm just like, man, do I got to read this whole thing? It's pretty sad when I set this schedule, too. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Phil.
Hey, we're almost done. Hey, I think it's like maybe 2 weeks, in 2 weeks or so. The rest of the Guy Gardner issues, we're going to get them done in one episode. Boom.
Boom. All right. Awesome.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 issues after this. Yeah, right. Boom. Done. All right. Guy Gardner, Warrior 39, February 1996. It's about this. Bo Smith, Mark Campos, inkers Dan Davis and Nick J. Napolitano. Yeah, everyone else I think is pretty much the same. Oh, and look, no one bothered to write a synopsis for this issue either. All right.
It's Christmas Eve. And one of the guys, not the guy, but one of the guys asked the Phantom Stranger to see if he can help cheer Guy up. So the Phantom Stranger calls in a favor from a pre-Hal Jordan Spectre.
Yeah.
Sorry, spoilers. And the Spectre lets him talk to his dad, who says he's sorry and he's happy for him. And Guy's happy. And Ice's mother brings in a special little ice sculpture that will never fade away and presents it to Guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Merry Christmas. We also get a cameo by Lois and Clark and a bunch of other characters. Black Canary and Lobo shows up. Yeah, I forgot about Lobo.
Wait, Lobo in a Guy Gardner book?
Shocking, I know.
I was like, frag me, man. Lobo? Wow.
And that's basically it. Merry Christmas.
And just that cover of Guy coming out of the chimney with that, what is that, like the sack full of like superhero stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, is that a Kyle Rayner action figure?
Oh yeah, and Kyle and Olivia Reynolds show up as well. I've forgotten that. They're showing off the Guy Gardner toy line.
So yes, the toy storyline did continue, even though Hal was no longer in the. Yeah,
that's true.
So I don't think we ever paid that off, at least in Cal's book, where it's like, I guess Cal's like designing the toys for Olivia's line now, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. They even make a point. Look, we have female characters too in the in the action figure line. Like, wow, this is the 90s, isn't it?
But yeah, this one, I mean, it wasn't as bad, but it did remind me of issue 29, where it looked with all these like cameos and stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it just seemed, I mean, I guess it's, it's a public place, but it just seemed weird that he was there as Clark and not Superman.
Yeah.
And then the weird thing with like, at the end, it's like, so is something happening with Guy and Ice? I mean, as Fire?
I think I read that as they hated each other, but now they've finally gotten over it, and they're just hugging it out.
And Lobo gives Guy a skull.
Yeah.
Oh, and the bike you won on the bet. So.
Yeah, because he killed more Tormoks, apparently.
See, so Way of the Warrior was good for something, kids. Guy Gardner gets a Lobo bike to display in the bar.
Uh-huh.
Is that the writer saying, see, it was worth it?
Look, continuity.
Exactly. Well, I hope in your own book you have continuity. So yeah, the whole thing with Guy's dad, I mean, that was pretty nice, just kind of wrapping up with him saying, I never treated you right. And, oh my God, we even get what is that? Dementor? Yeah.
Yeah. Can we call him that, or will will DC get sued by J.K. Rowling?
Oh. Well, I don't think she's in a position to go after anyone who's those, but
okay.
But no, it's weird. So yeah, this is, we get a sign here. Yeah, Martika is definitely more than she appears, because she tells the mentor to jump in the river
and stay there until she comes and gets him.
So I mean, and he's not like a normal human. So I mean, she ensorcelled him. So
yeah,
something to go.
And Verona knows it, but everybody's like, "Oh, you're just jealous." No, she's like a super Amazon from the jungle that has magic powers. I mean, come on.
Exactly. I'll wait for you to say, okay, so about that.
Okay, moving right along.
I mean, the quicker we get through these, the more time we can spend on the Green Lantern.
And that's all we have for Guy Gardner this week.
That's right. Like I said, I think in 2 weeks we'll finish off this series in one episode. So
nice.
All right, kids. So now, as a special treat, we're going to do the final issue of Darkstars,
which was, I thought, very well done.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me pull this up. Yeah, Darkstars number 38, January 1996. And in the end, that's the title. It doesn't even.
Oh, darn it! In the end, what? What about in the end? It's the end.
Doesn't even matter. Writer Michael Jan Friedman, penciler Mike Collins, inker Ken Branch, colorist Linda Medley, letterer Bob Pinaha, and editors Jason Hernandez Rosenblatt and Paul Kupperberg. And again, no synopsis. So,
okay. You want this one? Or you want me to give it another try?
No, go ahead, man. I love the tracks you laying down, son. Go ahead.
Let's see. I forget the deputy's name that's on the ragtag fleet of people looking for a new home, but he's getting attacked by because at the end of last issue, he was getting attacked by the same tech from the kid that's on the Titans now.
Oh, yeah.
Jaro, whatever, Janice, Jaro, something like that. I don't know. And he's about to get pounded into the plating of a ship when Farron Colos comes in and saves the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Because remember, kids, he's back.
He's back. And then he goes by and sees Moraine and John Stewart, and because you're made to think that he's back. He's back to get Moraine because that's who he wants. Psych, it's not. But he says hi to John Stewart and Moraine, and then he goes back to Earth, and the Dark Star that resigned, the lawyer, I cannot remember her name either, he grabs her and kisses her. They both kiss, and that's the end. Yay.
Yes. We kind of give everyone a happy ending, but and also that one Dark Star who got transformed into that monster.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Flint, yeah. Yes, Donna and Cal are with him at Star Labs, and remember, I mean, he's been mutated since. I mean, at least since we've jumped on the book, and yeah,
3 or 5 issues. I mean, that's like almost 3 years.
I mean, at least since 0 Hour, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And we also, the controllers are like, we need to assign a different Dark Star to Earth. Wait, no, we're going to lose one of them. Spoilery foreshadowing. Sorry, because Donna Troy's going back to the Titans. and
aren't they at this point? Aren't they just like the controllers? Just like, yeah, we're getting out of the Dark Star business.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what. Yeah, we're just gonna. Should we do that? I can't remember if they made a decision. But they're like, it brought our attention to Earth, and Earth is a big deal.
Yes, but we'll get more into that next week. So yeah, but yes, spoilers. If it's not here, yeah, the controllers are getting out of the Dark Star business. I mean, I know it's the end of the series, but it's like, yeah, this is a good time for the controllers to just like give up. With the Guardians gone and everything. Yeah, this is the perfect time.
Yeah, I mean, sure. The universe does not need protecting.
No, and don't you think the controllers would just be going twice as fast now? I'd be like, hey, those blue little busybodies are out of our way. We can do what we want.
We should double down.
Exactly.
Or triple down.
Now who's left to protect the universe? The damn Vril Jocks.
Legion.
God, is that book still going at this point?
I don't remember.
Neither do I. I wasn't really reading it. Oh, but I love at the end, you get everyone, as Colin Ferris is kissing that woman. You get all the floating heads above them. Even Kyle's in there.
Yeah.
At some point, it seems like Cal kind of like, from around issue 30 or so, is kind of like a reoccurring, like on the TV show, it's kind of a reoccurring.
Yeah.
I'm guessing between 1, he's the last Green Lantern, and 2, he's dating Donna. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like Dark Stars became just like kind of Guy Gardner became, well, Guy Gardner was always Green Lantern adjacent.
Yeah.
But Dark Stars became Green Lantern adjacent. Yeah. Pretty soon there, too.
Well, again, too, it's like he's dating Donna. John's a former Green Lantern, so.
Mm-hmm. Who shows up in the issue that we're going to get to in just a bit.
I get it. I get you. Oh, you want to jump right to Green Lantern 70, don't you? Don't you?
We don't. No, let's keep talking Dark Stars, because I think this was a really... I think because this was not a double-sized issue. Yeah, I was checking, like, is this going to be a double-sized? No, they were given... one issue to wrap stuff up. It looks. I mean, they had been wrapping stuff up for several issues, but they had a normal size issue to just stop on. And I think it was well done. I think it was really well done because we got. You're right. We got. Okay. We the continuing subplots were all wrapped up.
Yeah.
The mutated Dark Star, Flint, was his name Flint?
I think so. Yeah.
He has to wear his whatever, but he's back to being human.
Yeah.
Donna was still a Dark Star, we saw, so she was with Kyle, so they kind of kept that where it was. The subplot with the dangerous weapon on the convoy, that was wrapped up thanks to Farron, saving his other former deputy.
Yep.
And he met Dark Star Control with John and Moraine, right?
Yep.
Or Marin, or however you say it. And his friends, like, hey, he's still alive, blah, And then he made it to Earth, and, we got the goodbye kiss, literally.
Nice. I know. So he got a girl, John got a girl, everybody got a girl. So I was gonna say, regular size issue. I mean, beginning in '96. I don't know if this is like when the bubble burst on the industry and we're starting to like shrink stuff that
I don't know. Maybe this might have been pre.
Yeah, I mean, we've already lost Quasar and stuff, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could have been around this time. I don't remember exactly when it just bottomed out. But.
Yeah, again, I don't know what the sales were on this book, but I mean, it was a good issue. But I don't know. Do you think did they wrap things up? Did the pace seem a little too quick to you, or was it just right?
Well, that's a good question because I think part of the trouble that I had with earlier issues of the series was that things were so slow.
Yeah.
And it seemed like they finally got, the pace quickened toward the end. But then also, I really feel like that the art team started working together better. I mean, I don't know. I mean, because I think the art team was the same as we've had for like the last year, maybe, on the book.
I think.
And,
for the most part.
And I don't know if it's the inker, the colorist, or, the penciler, or just the way the team worked together as a whole, but I feel like it got better, and I think that helped with the overall reading experience too.
Oh yeah. Again, I don't know if it was just because they dragged that Colin Ferris story out for so long, and then all of a sudden,
how long was that? I mean, that was a year and a half. Was that when did he?
Again, it's he everyone thought he died when they brought Donna in, so I mean it's
half the series.
It's pretty much since 0 Hour again. It's
Yeah, I mean that.
So they dragged that out so long, and then in the span of like 2 issues, it's like he's back, and he helps his friend. He gets the Earth. He gets the girl.
He saved He saved the kidnapped prisoners from the planet that he didn't save, and he killed his. Did he kill his alter ego, his mirror universe person?
I don't think he killed. Wait,
I don't think he killed him. He just had him take a lot of punishment. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, remember because he did that thing where he made the guy's his double's own troops be like, oh no, that's the imposter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that seemed weird to me about the pace because they did drag his story out for like a year and a half, and then all of a sudden it's like 2 issues. He did more in two issues than he did in like a year.
Yeah.
So yeah, that part seemed way quick to me.
But they had been building to something happening, for so long that it was time that it finally, happened.
I mean, I'm sure it was always I'm sure it was a business decision, but that's always weird to me. Where they ended on 38. I'm like, you can't at least let them get the 40. Yeah, like
divisible by 5 issue.
Yeah, well, that's like Guy Gardner. I mean, in 2 weeks is going to end on I think 40. Was it 43 or 44? Yeah. I'm like, you couldn't get Guy Gardner to 50?
Yeah. No, I guess not.
Could have been a nice big oversized, end of the series, holographic cover.
Yeah. With smell-o-vision. Sorry.
Oh. What's that bar smell like? All right. So should we get to the last one, Will?
You bet.
Because we can spend some time on that. All right. So, Green Lantern number 70 from... Oh, wait. Back up here. Yep. Green Lantern number 70, January 1996. Changes for Green Lantern. Wow. Talking about spoilers.
Look at the cover. Green Lantern and Donna Troy with a big X.
Well, yeah. Green Lantern and Darkstar. Yeah.
And Darkstar, yeah. Sorry.
As she's walking away, yes. Writer Ron Mars. Friend of the show, Ron Mars.
That's right.
Yes, Ron Mars.
This is Ron Mars. You are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Thank you, sir. Penciler Paul Pelletier. So, yeah. Daryl Banks comes back. I was just reading ahead for next week's stuff. I think 74 he comes. Is it 70? I think it's 74 he comes back. Yeah, so he had a couple months off. I'm trying to remember if he was doing something else or...
I'll have to do some research on that to see what I can find. Check out comics.org or something and see what...
I mean, Pelletier was, I think, a worthy success. He was a great fill-in.
Yeah.
Kept the quality up. Inker, Romeo Tangle, colorist Linda Medley, letter Albert de Guzman. Wow. Editors, Kevin Dooley, Eddie Berganza, Curtis King, and Mark Chiarello. So 4 editors. You think... again, since we just did the final issue of Darkstars, do you think there's 4 editors? Did they have like a meeting and we're like, okay, what can we fold in from Darkstars into the Green Lantern book, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like
because starting
when
here,
those books, because they were Green Lantern adjacent.
Yeah.
You know, it seems to me like they just said, well, they don't have a home anymore. Here's their home.
Yeah.
We'll have them appear here every so often or something.
Because
because that happens with Guy too, right?
Yeah, Guy, and then starting here, we're gonna get John Stewart again on a somewhat regular basis. So,
and you know, I always kind of felt like Donna Troy as a Dark Star was a very temporary thing.
Yeah,
because
get
Donna
ready.
Troy is, you know, part and part is, you know, Titans. Whether it's Teen Titans, New Titans, or Titans, or whatever you want to call them. So her not appearing, you know, at some point she's always going to be pulled back to Titans. You know, that just seemed like that was going to happen. But all these, you know, Green Lantern things, you know, Mars really starts bringing them in, you know, with John, you know, starting here with John, you know, before with Donna and the Dark Stars.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's cool that he brings all of that old stuff in.
Yeah, and spoilers, kid, she's gonna be not be a Dark Star even before she goes back to the Titans. So, and soon.
What could possibly happen?
What?
Next week.
Green Lantern 71 through 75. All right. So wait, I have a quickie little All right, so issue 70. Donna Troy brings her boss, former Green Lantern John Stewart, to meet her new boyfriend, Green Lantern Kyle Rayner. But things turn bad when Donna finds Kyle in a precarious situation with another woman, and things go from bad to worse when a deadly force follows Stewart to Earth.
You know, I feel like getting Donna out of the book was like a mandate because.
Yeah, but it's only for a few. It's only for a few months, and it again, we'll see next week. It was like a thing for the road trip, and that didn't feel in character for Donna Troy to me. Yeah. I mean, and I have no clue. This is just supposition on my part. So you know, I have no inside baseball knowledge here, but it seems like this was an order from editorial, and you know, Mars attempted to make the best of it. And while the initial, you know, her blow up at the beginning seemed out of character, the other stuff at the end kind of made more sense than the initial blow up. So and that's just my 2 bits. And again, it could be editorial, like you said, because again, spoilers: the at least 3 of the 5 issues next week guest stars galore. So
yeah. Is this the hard traveling heroes again?
Well, it was basically Kyle by himself, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Because he does actually have something. No, that's...
No, what is it? Is it like Hero's Journey or something? I forget what they...
Yeah, but doesn't he hang out with Connor for a while?
Yeah, we're going to get to that in a few weeks. But yeah, that starts in like 76. There's a crossover with the Green Arrow book.
That makes sense because the original Green Lantern 76 was the Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams. Okay, yeah, duh, I should have known that.
Yep. But yeah, I love the whole thing with, you know, Donna and John in the car and stuff. And
hang on a second. I'm going to interrupt you. I'm sorry. There have only been 2 Green Lantern 76s, right?
I believe so. Yeah, because I don't think any other series has gotten the 76. Yeah,
Rebirth, and then it got canceled like at 60 or something. Those series, and then New 52 made it to 52, and then
even like
Rebirth.
No, that didn't. Even the Green Lanterns didn't make it this.
I think they only made it to like
50,
58.
Yeah, 50 or
60?
something. Yeah, 50 or 60 something. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's only been 2 76s in Green Lantern.
Wow. Sorry, I just was...
No.
Started running through my head, and I was like, wait a minute.
I was going to say, the only other Alan Scott didn't make it to 76, did he?
I don't think he made it... I don't think he made it very far.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah, so yeah, there's only 2.
Wow. Sorry for that. I completely derailed you. My apologies.
That's fine. I do like that, Paul Pelletier, John Stewart Green Lantern on the first page.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know,
I did not like Kyle's hair with the reverse baseball cap. I just
coming out of the front that hat. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, that's not. No, just no.
Will, it's the 90s, yo.
Yo.
But yeah, so very sitcom-y. Yeah, Donna brings John up as Kyle's, drawing his sketching
a nude model.
Yes, his neighbor Allison. Remember Underworld Unleashed? Remember I told you to keep your eye on that hussy kids? There, well, that's why. So like you said, I mean, it's some of the drama seems manufactured.
Mm-hmm.
At least the big, yeah. I see what you're saying. It's like Donna wouldn't be like that jealous.
Yeah.
Because she's like, this isn't enough for you. And it's like, really? Donna wouldn't be like that. But I just love John. He's like, oh, no, I'll just step out in the hall or whatever.
I need some air.
Got a thing, yeah. So then, Kyle and Donna just kind of argue. But then, again, and then she drops the, I'm not going to be Alex.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you didn't. And then, he flies out of his own window while he says, at least my last relationship didn't end up in divorce court. But then, I guess John's just sitting on the roof, so he meets up with John up there. I love John. I've had bad experiences with women myself. So is he talking about lovers, or is he talking about Star Sapphire?
Yes, I don't know. And funnily enough, Kat Matui makes an appearance in, this month's Green Lantern, of all things. Mm-hmm.
I wonder how far we're going with that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to think. I know we all kind of like the collective unconscious of humanity have kind of blocked out those Action Comics issues, but
what are you talking? I don't understand what.
The only one they ever published, the Kat Matui death. I'm trying to remember. Was she killed in the kitchen?
I think so. By Star Sapphire.
So, ladies, if you're dating a Green Lantern, do not go into the kitchen.
Stay out of the kitchen. It is very dangerous.
I think we're the first ones to make that connection. I've never seen anyone say, "Oh, hey, man."
You saw it here first.
See, they should have been sitting on that roof saying, "Kitchens, man." I hear you.
And John did not have his Darkstar harness on, right?
Yeah, no, he didn't because then all of a sudden a berserker from the Mosaic shows up.
Yeah,
remember them kids? I mean, how gleeful is that berserker? Where it's just like, no ring, no Darkstar armor. Hey, buddy, because he's about to like.
And how did the berserker get there? And where did he come from? And what? Why was he?
Well, as we know, Will, everyone was safely evacuated off of Oa, so.
Before Kyle blew it up, yes.
I mean, I guess they could have a spaceship. I don't know. But guess maybe he's been tracking John this whole time. I don't know. Because even here, remember, because they mentioned it in the Darkstars, but even here he's like, John lost his powers, offered leadership of the Darkstars. He got them to evacuate Oa before I destroyed Oa during my battle with Hal. So again, even Ron mentions it here. It's like, oh yeah, we evacuated Oa.
But why? Why would they evacuate Oa if the Guardians aren't there? I don't understand.
Did they? But did they do that before the Guardians died or after? That's what I'm saying. Were the Guardian, during Emerald Twilight, were the Guardians just like, are we going to raise a hand against Hal Jordan? Nah, I would better evacuate the planet then.
Okay.
We're just going to sit here and do nothing anyway, so might as well evacuate the people because stuff might get bad.
There they go. Except John woke up on Oa after Emerald Twilight.
Oh, true. True. So maybe they evacuated after. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe they just left him there.
Unless, okay, and this is really stretching, but could 0 Hour have influenced that at all?
Oh, now I'm getting a time travel headache.
But again, but Mosaic still happened, so it's not like 0 Hour wiped that whole thing.
It's confusing. I mean, it's
okay. Here's the official canon, kids. I'll write it. Okay, once John becomes a Darkstar and gets in charge, he has them evacuate Oa.
That works.
Yeah. Again, Can you imagine everyone from the Mosaic just like getting on ships to evacuate, and they're just standing there. Hey, do you want to be a Dark Star? Hey, do you want to be a Dark Star? Oh my God, that's what they should have did. They should have made at least one of those kids a Dark Star.
Absolutely, because there was like 4 of them that had rings, right?
Yeah, put them in like a Dark Stars training program or something.
Give them rings now.
But again, except for just mentioning, oh hey, John Stewart protected Mosaic, they really didn't do anything with that series after it was over. Again, not until the latest series have they really touched that.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and there's Mosaic was weird.
Mm-hmm.
And there were good things about it and not so good things about it. And I think the current writer, Jeff Thorne, is really getting the good stuff from that series and making sure that it's part of John Stewart, because there's some really good things for John in there. There's some cringy things in there too, but
I just wonder at the time if editorial was just like, because they wanted like a clean sweep of all things Green Lantern. If they were just like, yeah, don't touch Mosaic.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, you would think that they would have realized that, they're on Oa.
Yeah.
Which is kind of
But again, I just wonder if that was an excuse to, really blow stuff up, get rid of Oa, get rid of,
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh yeah, there's no going back. Oa's gone.
Which is, I mean, I get it, but, think of all the stuff. Hopefully there are big chunks of the original Oa out there that still has, like Green Lantern archives and vaults and things like that on it.
We've been through New 52 and everything, but it seems like, I don't know if they have some of the older stuff, but again, how many crises and timeline changes have we had at this point?
Exactly, because at this point, continuity is a bit more fluid, and I mean, for a while, Mogo was Oa.
Oh yeah.
So I've got to go back and read. Hey, we're going to be catching up to that pretty soon, so we'll be reading all of that.
And eventually we're going to get to all of it. I was going to say, was it New 52? I swear there was some storyline where like the Guardians went bad, and then it's like, meanwhile they discover like these Guardians that had been locked up for like, was it thousands or millions of years? They're like, oh, it won't be the new Guardian,
There was a lot of the Green Lantern core book, which I'm really looking forward to rereading when we get there.
Yes,
was really, really good about Green Lantern lore and stuff, while Hal was doing his thing in the main Green Lantern book, because you had Guy and John and Kyle,
exactly,
and Kilowog and Tomar 2, and it was awesome book. I think it started out with the Green Lantern Recharge limited series, and then they started a regular ongoing series not too long after the Rebirth Green Lantern series launched.
Exactly. But no, I just love the artistic choices when Cal takes down the Berserker. He does like the McFarlane Spider-Man webbing, the spaghetti webbing.
And Conan,
yeah. And then he like chains them up to like those Stonehenge heads. And you don't. So Cal decides to leave town to try to figure out how to be a hero,
Mm-hmm.
And John's just like, oh, I have a Darkstar ship, pick up this Berserker.
Yeah. I'll just call it Darkstars.
But no, I guess they just sit there on the roof and talk for a while.
Mm-hmm. But we get we get the Mosaic mentioned, we get Xanshi mentioned, we get Katma, and all those things.
So it's just hitting me now. There's a lot of similarities between Cal and John Stewart. It's like, both lost girlfriends in the kitchen. Both have been responsible for blowing up planets.
Kindred spirits.
But you know what it is. They were both at different points in time. They were both brought in to replace Hal Jordan.
He's such a slacker, isn't he?
Exactly. He's a quitter.
But I love it. I love him, man.
Yeah,
he's my GL.
So the end is just Cal taking off for his road trip, which we'll get to next week.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So anything else on this?
No, that was a pretty good issue, and the art was good.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I don't think we get Hal again until the Final Night crossover, right?
I'm pretty sure that because
wait, no, maybe a Day of Vengeance, because there's probably a Day of Vengeance crossover maybe coming up like in the 80s.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Wait. Well, Final Night's first, isn't it? That's
Final Night's first, yeah. Final Night's first, and then Day of Vengeance, yeah.
Because I was going to say that's around issue 80, so Final Night.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's coming up soon.
Cool.
Oh yeah, Nat. Remember I told you long ago, kids, keep your eye on Dr. Light. Yeah, around the issue 80, yeah, we're going to see Dr. Light's return.
Again.
I know. We'll get there. That's funny. All right, but next week, yeah, like I said, we're going to be doing Kyle's road trip, and we'll see more Dark Stars. Green Lantern 71 through 75.
Cool.
Again, some Pelletier issues, but then Daryl Banks returns. And then in 2 weeks, that's right, kids, Guy Gardner 40 through 44. We're going to wrap up the series in one more episode.
Guy Gardner, yay!
Exactly. And then in 3 weeks, we're going to get to the Green Lantern, Green Arrow team up. Green Lantern 76 and 77 and Green Arrow 110 and 111. So
cool. And then I don't think we get Emerald Knights. What does that start at 100 or does that end at 100?
Yeah, it starts at 100. Yeah.
Okay, that's the time traveling Hal Jordan from the past.
Yeah, because remember 98, 99, he goes to the Legion of Superheroes, and they like send him back in time, and he's like, "Man, they sent me too far back."
Oops.
Yes. So yeah, we'll probably record. Yeah, Emerald Knights we're probably going to record in the summer because that first episode for that drops the first week of July, so we'll probably record that in June sometime. So
cool, very cool.
We're getting there,
man, and we'll be over halfway through this series of Green Lantern at that point.
Mm-hmm. I told you, man. Once we clear the Darkstars and Guy Gardner, which we're going to do in 2 weeks. I mean, yeah, we're going to fly through some of these Green Lanterns. Again, we're going to do a couple stops, like
JLA.
Yeah, in April, we're going to be crossing over JLA with Lilith. Yeah. Yep.
Toward the end, what is it, like the 160s, maybe? There's the Ring of Fire, I think, crossover with Kyle.
Oh, yeah.
Circle of Fire.
Yeah.
It's called Circle of Fire, isn't it?
And then,
because it doesn't have a lot of one-shots with him teaming up with another Green Lantern, which is kind of all a dream, and then Adam Strange and some other space heroes, I think. It's Circle of Fire, right?
Circle, yeah, Circle of Fire. Yep. That's closer to like 129, 130. Oh. So yeah, no, around cool. The 160 range. There's gonna be another like Green Arrow team up, but this time it'll be Oliver Queen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then there's like the Last Will and Testament of Hal Jordan came out at some point. Will World came out at some point.
Yeah. I have a few specials on here. Again, once we get to the Spectre series, we'll do some Spectre. But I'm looking by the end of the year, we'll be around like the Green Lantern 150.
Oh wow,
some range. So that's what I said. Once we clear some of these Guy Gardners and stuff, it's gonna fly. Don't worry, Will. I'm going to get you back to Hal Jordan. Don't worry. Like I said, like early next year, I think like by January or so. Yeah, we're going to be getting to Rebirth. So,
wow, those.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to rereading. I mean, I'm looking forward to rereading all of this too. Yeah. But Rebirth is one that I go back to every so often, just because it's awesome.
And of course, I think early next year too. Yeah, when we get to episode 100. Yes, already cleared with Lilith. We're going to do another crossover. We're going to do that JLA Avengers.
Ooh, nice.
Yes. Can't wait for that. It's been a while since I read that.
Yeah, me too. I've got the hardcover edition on the bookshelf back here somewhere that I'll just go through because it's got some like a compendium and a couple of other things about appearances and things on it too.
I just have like the original issues. Yeah. Oh, nice. All right. So let's get out of here. Will, it's bedtime. All right.
Let's go.
All right, kids. So, send us your thoughts next week. Green Lantern 71 through 75. And then 2 weeks, the end of Guy Gardner. And then 3, the new hard traveling heroes. So, send us all your thoughts. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow Sector 2814 on Facebook, on Twitter. Find the Green Lantern fan group on Facebook. Find links to our YouTube channel. Again, every episode gets a video. Go check out me, Lilith, and Charlie. Just talked to Annie Chang from Peacemaker, a very popular video on YouTube right now, so go check out that interview. Most importantly, if you can, please subscribe to the Patreon. Again, we're all paying for this out of our own pocket. It's a passion project. $3 to $5 gets you the exclusive content, early access to creator interviews, Mr. D.G. Chichester every month, and of course the superhero movie reviews. We're gonna find the worst superhero movie of all time, but so yeah, lots of good content there. Like I said, creator interviews, the superhero movie brackets, and of course that madman every month, Mr. D.G. Chichester.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
That's right. All right, and most importantly, pick up your Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. Find everything I just mentioned at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. And hopefully making a triumphant return soon. Remember, follow Matt Kona on all social media at Matt Kona, MATTKONA.
See you later, bunkies.
All right, Will Allred, Master of the Core, Master of the Quantum Zone, Master of Crossover Division. Where can people find you?
You can find me at WALLRED. That's at Walred at Gmail or Twitter or Facebook, all of those social media type places. You can find Crossover Division at crossoverdivision.com. The third issue is very close. Thank you. Hey, thanks. It's very close to being printed. And you can also find Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com, which is it's a collection of 4 issues that were published several years ago. And of course, you have great taste because you're watching us. That means you probably love Quasar. So if you want to find out more about Quasar, you can go to the Quantum Zone at quantumzone.org.
And I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
Of course.
Seems like I'm getting a package every other day.
Hey, boys, you look at the party? I love the party.
That's like a little flavor drop of you. Thank you for joining us again in 1 week. Green Lantern 71 through 75. And then in 2 weeks, we bring Guy Gardner to an end. He'll still be around, but not so much in your face.
That's right. Less in your face, guy.
And I almost forgot about that Green Lantern and Green Arrow crossover. That's like 4 issues. Can't wait for that. And again, we're going to be getting closer and closer to final night.
I've forgotten a lot of what happens between 70 and 100.
Nice.
I don't know if I've read them, but...
All right, kids. Read it and come back and discover it anew, just like Will. And remember, stay out of the kitchen, Green Lantern girlfriends.
Hi, I'm Russell.
And I'm Justin.
And we're from the
Hold up. Listen up, you nerds. Tired of being a little goody two-shoes? Had enough of always talking about acts of courage and heroism? Well, you have come to the right place, I guess. Tomes of Evil is the comic book supervillain podcast, where every month we do a deep dive on a different comic book supervillain, as well as multiple sub-series on some of the most iconic foes of all time, including Darkseid, Dr. Doom, Scarecrow, and...
I'm named Hobgoblin, and you're right on time for your funeral.
I better be getting paid for this. So what are you guys waiting for? Bring on the bad guys.
Tomes of Evil, a comic book villain podcast.